What's up, Zach Attack Pack? I'm breaking down my recap and reactions for UFC 297. My fast preview of the card, we had male fighters of Canada go 0-7 in Canada itself. A Dana White's Contender Series rematch, in the prelims go hard, and a pretty underwhelming card overall for hardcore fans that deserved so much more. First up, we've got EVLOEV versus Arnold Allen. This was a great scrap. If this was a 5-round fight, I think Arnold Allen gets it done. The first 2 rounds obviously went to Mavzar, but the last one is where we had some controversy. The knee that Arnold Allen landed was clean. It would have resulted in a finish, in my opinion, if the ref knew what he was doing, robbing Arnold Allen of a clean and legit win. EVLOEV leaves the event, still undefeated after yet another biased commentary from DC. He's always riding these Russians like no one's business. Next up, we've got Chris Curtis versus Barriault. Nothing to see here, guys. I was expecting a barn burner, but it was sloppy. A lot of strikes that were being thrown in the pocket with little to no damage landed. Yet another Canadian male fighter losing. Next up, we've got MALOTT versus MAGNY. That's why he's the GOAT. MAGNY absolutely turns into prime GSP when his rankings are on the line. He purposely let MALOTT get 2 rounds up just to give him false hope, but in all seriousness, how does Mike have the entire fight in the bag with a couple seconds left and lose to the weakest ground and pound I've ever seen? He's not a fighter, he should hang them up. He's got no future in the UFC, no heart or fighter instincts, and representing the new age of Canada very accurately. Next up, we've got Raquel Pennington versus Maria Bueno Silva. I was expecting the fight to be bad, but not this bad. Actually, wow, it was a terrible performance from MBS with a pathetic display of skill for a woman fighting to become the greatest 135 fighter on the planet, with no gas tank, with no striking, no ground IQ, and on the other side from Pennington, who is just so much more dangerous on the feet, but just decided to engage in the clinch and get herself in dangerous positions that could have easily been avoided if she had better fight IQ. This division is actually in shambles. Both women don't deserve the belt, and if Amanda is actually not coming back, just get rid of the division altogether. Keep 115 and 125 of WMMA. However, it can stay, but the rest can go. Next up, we've got Sean Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis. Controversy aside, what a fight. This had me on the edge of my seat for all 25 minutes. Both of these guys deserve the fight of the night after their amazing performance. I personally scored the fight 1, 2, and 5 for Sean, and I don't think Dricus did enough to actually beat the champ to become the champ. I think Sean had more damage in those rounds. Dricus scored takedowns, yes, but they don't count for effectiveness if you don't do anything with them, either with control or damage to your opponent on the ground. Sean was able to consistently get back up every time, very fast without being controlled. Disney didn't want a rogue champ, and I wouldn't be surprised if the worst judge there clearly was paid off. This fight wasn't a robbery because it was a close fight, but the belt went around the wrong waist in my opinion. Boys, that was my UFC 297 recap. For my honest take, I'd give this card a 3 out of 10. The main event was a really fun fight, but the rest of the card was a pretty big letdown. Canada deserved better from the fights booked on this card, and the male Canadian fighters' performances were just plain old embarrassing.